Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Again, my name is Jason. This is the DroneHouse Chronicles, Ageless creator. And I'm here to talk a little bit about why I started the channel and what drawed me to the topic of having a YouTube channel, And basically, it all started with me researching content creators, people who create content, and creators who are 50 plus. And I know a lot of people go, well, what's the difference? There's a huge difference. It's a huge difference when I hear people talk about creating content and the travels and the situations and the issues and the problems they have creating content on a day-to-day basis. And I love actually watching people, content creators, YouTubers, vloggers, anybody that talks about on YouTube that has something to teach, and how they go out and about doing their day-to-day life, trying to get ready and create content for other people, whether it be businesses or corporations or anything like that, or to teach, like I said. I love seeing how they do their day-to-day, but the thing that was lacking was the, should we say, 50 plus perspective on that. How do 50 plus individuals, whether it be female or male, go through their day-to-day creating content? Because I do believe it's different. Watching the two and watching everyone go through the process, and showing how they do it, showing what happens when things go wrong, showing what happens when things go right, showing about displaying and showing how they go through the process of creating that content and the troubles they have in their daily life and their health and the whole gamut. And I wanted to basically create a channel showing my view on how this process happens, because like I said, it's different, and I like to put that out there to people and hopefully show them that it could be an easy route or it could be a hard route, but whatever the route is, know that it is a fun journey, especially like I said at 50 plus, because it's different for us. We think differently on creating certain things in our day-to-day, in our life, in our journeys, because we basically have experienced life to the point where we've done our jobs, whether it's a professional healthcare, whether it's a professional military person like myself, whether it's a construction worker, whether it's a teacher, whether it's anything that you've already had a profession. You've already done your professional job and you have completed it very well. You've done it well or not, but you've completed it. You're done. And now it's another journey going forward. It's another part of life going forward, because it doesn't stop after you retire. I know I've learned that in the military. Once you're done, you're not done living. And unfortunately, we have people having issues with that, and that's a whole nother story. But it is, once you're done, you're not done. It's a part of your life that is completed, but you are on another part of your life that is just as rewarding. The journey is amazing because it's fun. You can really appreciate it now versus when you're younger. You're worried about bills. You're worried about relationships. You're worried about, oh my God, how am I going to live later on in life? Do I have enough in my bank account? How will my life look like? What will life look like? What all these things come out when you're younger because you're trying to figure them out. You haven't figured them out yet. Once you've reached a certain age, and it could be lower than 50, but I just use 50 as a guideline. But once you've reached a certain age, you know kind of where everything is falling into place. You know what you're capable of. When I was in the military, when I was younger, I was like, okay, what am I going to be like when I actually get into combat? Will I freeze? Will I not function? Will I not think? Will I go crazy? You don't know what you're capable of until you are tested in the profession that you're in. And when I did my military, I realized how rewarding it was, how fun it was. You had a sense of purpose, just like a teacher. Teacher has a sense of purpose. Healthcare industry, doctors, nurses. That, to me, that's a calling. You are called to do that, and God bless them. They are the best. They saved us many a times, doctors and nurses, and I love them to death. I mean, how capable you are when you are at a certain age. And I think that translates into creating content, because you've already done stuff that, a content creator who is younger, who that's their only profession and they're trying to get good at it. You've already completed one profession. You're on another one. You're on almost a mission of self-gratifying entrepreneurship, enjoyment of life and love, because you can enjoy creating content. You can enjoy going outside. I love it when I do drone work or anything outside. I love inside more than inside, I have to admit. And when you do stuff, outside, you could smell everything. You can appreciate everything. You're not checking your phone. You're kind of just looking back. When I do any kind of drone work outside, I just kind of fill it in. Whether it could be in a residential neighborhood, I'm watching people coming in. I'm watching families, go to work, go to school. When I'm out in the country and I'm shooting like a farmhouse or some land, I can see the birds. I can see the different animals running around. I could see, people just, on horses having a blast, and outside, anything urban, I could see how people are doing their daily stuff, and I could sit back and have a cup of coffee, and without any rush, any sense of just having to be anywhere, just go shoot the content and have a blast. And to me, it's, I hear people doing that as a younger age, doing the same thing. But it is the feeling is different. I do believe the feeling of having that. I don't have to worry about getting back and getting this with I had to do it in a certain time because time is money, and I got to hustle. Excuse me. There's not a lot of hustling. I mean, you can hustle as you get older and as an older content creator, but you don't have to. And that's the difference. You don't have to really go absolutely, it's got to be in or else I'm going to die. And my mental health is taking a hit because I'm not getting it out there, and I'm not, you don't have to do that as much. You do it a little bit, but it's not as much. So it's a big difference. But again, going off. I love seeing the journey of a 50 plus content creator, and I really wanted to put myself and show how I'm doing my 50 plus content creation, my lifestyle, my health, and put it out there on YouTube. This is my first day inside shooting, so you guys get to see me doing this for the first time, and hopefully be the first of many. But I do love it. I decided I wanted to do it this year, and it took me a little bit to get there. My whole content creation lifestyle really started this year. Before, I was regular drone photographer as in, doing regular simple real estate, commercial real estate construction job. Still do it, but the whole content creation lifestyle job situation came this year when I decided to add a little bit more into what I was doing, just because it's such a a fun job to do, and it's lucrative depending on how you push it. But it's fun. It's creating something. You know, when you retire, a lot of times, and I'm retired military, 24 years Air Force. When you retire, you kind of lose a sense of purpose because you don't have the mission. And a lot of us, whether we a nurse or doctor, you had a mission. If you were a police officer or a state official worker, you had a mission. It's gone. So you have to kind of fill that void with something that's just not as important, but something rewarding and something that you like to do. Not just something that just is, I'm just going to be I'm going to do this. You know, I don't want to come up with something because I might offend somebody. But you have to come up with something, some purpose, you know. And I don't want to digress, but a lot of kids these days, when they come up and they do certain jobs, you know, in their office, and then, you know, it could be something where they're just like, it was killing me, it was taking my soul was dying, and I couldn't think, and I couldn't. And a lot of times we don't have a purpose, you know. We don't have a job where we feel like we're benefiting, you know, helping other people, making a change in the world. And not everybody can make a change, but you can add a little bit of something to your community, you know, if not your state, if not your country, if not the world. You kind of have to start little. You know, you're not going to jump out there and just be like, I'm saving the planet from pure destruction. I'm creating wealth unbelievable, known to man. Elon Musk will not know what's happening when I come through. It's not going to be that way when you're younger right off the bat. It can. It eventually will be if you have it up here and you have it in here. But that sense of purpose is, it's got to start small, and it's got to start to the point where you can bring it out and make it happen. But it's gonna have to start small, and you're gonna have to find something that you can serve other people. I mean, even though I'm retired and, you know, on content creation and what I do, photography, it's not like I'm saving humanity, you know, I'm making a change. But I do volunteer at the Red Cross, and I'm a DAT responder, disaster action team, and I do have that sense of purpose when I go out and I help families, you know, whether the house burned down through difficult times. I still had to fill that void because I had that itch of wanting to help people. I'm wanting to I'm not trying to make a difference so much where, you know, I'm on the cover of Time magazine, but I wanted to still make a difference in my community. Same way with this content creation. My main goal is to help local businesses who normally can afford the big box brands, who can afford all the social media in the world. They need help. You know, you don't see it a lot if you look at their local, you know, social media posts and everything. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of stuff there. So one of my main missions was to get into the content creation space to help out, to be a little more helpful in the community, because it's a battle with them, with local restaurants, with local small, you know, box chains, you know, brick and mortar. They're trying to compete against the big guys, and if you haven't been paying attention, the big guys are winning. They are winning big time, and they are got everything. They got the money, they got everything, the media. So, you know, it's a battle, and it's a journey. And hopefully my content will help them. So really, this channel is about me going through the process of helping them, you know, helping myself, enjoying the content creation that, you know, everybody loves and sees. And basically, you know, having a good time doing it and showing you the process. And hopefully you won't make any mistakes I made. And I don't really call them mistakes. I call them hiccups. It's hard to make a mistake when you're having so much fun. It's like, dang it didn't work, you know. but when you're an older content creator, that's how you should look at it. You know, you've already had hard. This isn't hard. This isn't hard at all. I learned everything mostly. I took some courses, and I'll go over that later too. I took some courses, got some certs here and there, but most of the stuff, I'll be honest with you, I could have learned on YouTube and done what we're doing now, which a lot of people have done. YouTube University, it works, and if you pay attention, just like anything, it will work. You just got to put that work in there, and then you got to be consistent of whatever you're doing, and it works. It really does. But basically, again, this channel is about the process of going through and coming up with life experiences as a plus 50 plus content creator, which I call it the Chronicles of DroneHouse, the Ageless content creator. It's that creating content at a 50 plus age, north of 50, and doing it and having fun. Alrighty, I am back. Had to let the dogs out. Anyway, to pretty much sum everything up, to put a wrap on this first episode 1. Well, episode 2, I do believe I did one kind of outside. It was like a rough take, but we'll see. To wrap it up, basically, one of the many things that I think that I want to cover with the channel is basically, again, talking about what I just said, and also going over the things that make being an older content creator very enjoyable. The process of having fun with your kids, grandkids, your family. It's to see that at a later age and be able to make content, and knowing that your family members are there. They're going through life with you, so you can always document that as well. You can always talk about I have 2 dogs. My wife does pet rescue, and every now and then she'll foster a dog. We'll bring a dog home. She'll bring a dog home, and we'll foster it. Love those puppies. And sometimes it's heartbreaking, but they're there. But it's really cool to know that I can put that in the mix. Also, talk about my free time. When I go out on my shoots, I'll make sure to document things that I do in order to get ready, what I do when I go, what I do when I'm out, and the whole process of creating content. I think it's really cool, and I like to put that out there and show you basically what I do with that. Also, again, the feeling of having that financial stability, whether it be with your 401k, whether it be with your retirement, whether it be you do the stock market, put that into the mix as well. That is really important, when you get older, because it's when a lot of that, because money is huge. When that issue comes up, and people have to work with that and try and be creative, it can be a crutch because you're worried about getting that money in, like everybody is. You want to have money to do what you need to do. But when it becomes a crutch, when it's so overwhelming, when some people, they value life on different scales. And when you overwhelm yourself where your mental health is having a hard time, that's something to take into consideration. Again, when you're older, and when you're up there, you don't really have that nipping at you, especially if you have your situation, your finances in order. You can handle that situation a little bit more, which helps with your creativity. It helps you not having to worry about stuff. Whenever you have to worry about extra stuff, it does interfere with your work. And as being like I said, an older creator, we don't have a lot of that. Most of us who have taken care of ourselves to the point where we're okay, we can really create and not have that extra issues going at you. So again, I'll make sure to put that in there, talk about that a little bit, and entrepreneurship, how that is. I mean, basically, it's another gig, you know, that's on your plate. And if it becomes a full-time YouTube blown up, we're making brand deals, we're negotiating, you know, all this stuff that comes with creating and being a YouTuber and having a YouTube channel. If it blows up, you know, it's another thing on your plate. It's another entrepreneurship type of job where now you are creating something that's very lucrative, and it's huge. So we'll talk about the differences and what I think the differences are, and how I think something like that would help me and help older content creators, you know, because it's very important to know that, you know, there's a high that you can go, you know. We all know the lows. We can all, if you're on the bottom, you can always look up, you know, and you can see it. So it's one of those things where we'll talk about that, and we'll go over stuff like that, because I think that's very important too. Also, mental health, health in general. That's a big part of this channel. And when I go over and talk about the things I do and put it out there on YouTube for everyone to see, you'll see that I spend a lot of time on my health, you know, healthcare, whether it be my mental health, whether it be my physical health, you know, whether it be, you know, health in the family, spiritual. That's going to be huge, and I'm going to make sure I put that out, because that's very, very important. Kind of what is a part of you that you must take in with you, that I must take in with me on this journey on YouTube. I think everybody does, because that's a big part of your life. I mean, your health is everything. You can have all the money in the world you want. If you can't move, if you are sick, if you know, struggling with high diabetes, cholesterol, you can't walk up a mountain because you're breathing heavy, you know, it affects you. You can put money into it, but it's hard to overcome, you know, physical, you know, or mental issues. So it's something like money, you know, you have to look at it and you have to tend to it all the time, you know. Like anything, like relationships, you got to tend to them, you know. But health and lifestyle and the whole, you know, the whole fitness and mental health is huge, and that is something I'm definitely going to talk about a lot. And you'll see me doing stuff, and you'll actually see me giving a little advice on exercises and different things like that. I am one of my many traits. You get a lot when you get older. But I am a physical trainer, a personal trainer. I also do fitness classes at a local fitness center. And it's fun because I see different people coming in, and I've been doing this when I was in the military. I was a PT monitor and whatever it's called now. And I've always been into fitness, so I've always tried to be healthy and do what I need to do to keep myself going. And it's important. It's important, you know, because I can move fairly well for my age. You know, I still do taekwondo. I still do different things like that are very physical, and I love it, you know, and I hope to keep it up as long as I can go. So I'll make sure to throw those tips in there as well, because, you know, health is a new wealth. I mean, if you're healthy, and it's good. It's good. It's nothing worse than being sick, I tell you. And everybody that's going through that struggle, trust me, and I love you, and I'm praying for you, because it's hard. But other than that, yeah, that's going to be basically it for the channel. This is my first one. The biggest thing from the first one you can take off of is me welcoming you to, I can speak right now, I'm hungry, to the channel. And basically to enjoy the journey. I mean, hopefully you'll click on and subscribe and get into the mix with me and get a little fun enjoyment out of my mistakes and all my little victories and all my little fun things and all my little workouts and all my little day-to-day life stuff. Hopefully you'll see and subscribe and understand and see that, because it's going to be a good journey. One of the best things I can always say, though, and I always say it to my fitness people in classes, is that everything in life it can be complicated, And when you get older, you don't need that complication. So just remember to keep it simple and keep moving. Keep moving. That's all you got to do, man. As time goes on, just keep moving. Keep moving. Don't sit. Don't relax. Kick that chair. Kick that couch. Get outside. Keep moving. You know, keep it simple. That's all we need to do. All right. I got a phone call. I'm out of here. You guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Peace.